Today, I am going to show you how to install nifi using Docker. Apache nifi is a data ingestion tool, and we can move data from source to target using Apache nifi. Nifi's full form is Niagara files. In a shortcut, it's called nifi. So today I'm going to spin a container from the nifi Docker image and landing into the nifi web UI. In order to do this, we should install Docker CLI or Docker desktop application on our computer. So I have already made a video on how to do that, how to install the Docker desktop on your computer. Please check in the description. So let's go to the terminal and try to install nifi, try to pull the nifi image and then spin the nifi container from it. Okay, go to your terminal. And then if you install Docker, you can check whether it is available by typing the command Docker. It will show the usage. And once you have done that, you can issue a command Docker images. And right now I don't have any images in my local repository. So in order to pull the nifi image, first we have to find the Docker image and its tags from the Docker from the public Docker available images. For that, go to the browser and type nifi Docker image. And the first link is Docker Hub. It's from Docker Hub. This image is in Docker Hub and you have to click it. And you will see the overview of how to use the Docker image, how to spin the container from this image. What are the variable options that you can use? All this is described in this first tab of overview. If you click the tags overview, it will show you the various versions of the Apache nifi it has. So right now, nifi is available. All these are versions of this nifi. It's 120 here, and the latest version is over here. The tag always has the latest tag name, and which is equivalent to 1.260. So which is the latest one. Either you can use 1.260 as a tag name, or the latest, which always point to the latest version. Currently it is 1.26 itself. So either you can use latest or 1.260 now. Also we have nifi 2 release, which we can discuss later. But at this moment, we are still using the nifi 1x version, and we're going to use as the latest tag to download it. Okay, let's go to the terminal again. And then issue a command docker pull apache nifi and the tag as latest. We can verify it from here. Yeah, this is the one. Either you can copy paste there. And then once you issue it, it will try to pull the image from the Docker Hub. The download will take little time, but it should be completed within a minute. Let's wait for it. Once we have completely downloaded it, we're gonna spin a container from this image that we pulled. The same can be done from the Docker desktop app itself. If you install Docker desktop app, you can go to the dashboard and you can click on the images. Right now you don't have any images, but once the image that from the terminal is completed, we can see that image will be reflected in the Docker images, desktop app itself, because we can do it in either ways. Either I can pull an image from here or I can pull from image from here. So if you want to pull image from here, you can type nifi and Apache nifi here. If you click this drop down menu, you can see all the tag names that we see in the earlier, which is 1.26 in the latest. We can pull from here as well. We don't need to do it twice. Yeah, it is reflecting here now because it's already downloaded there. If you see here, yeah. Now using this image, we can spin a container using it. You can click on run here and then set all the environment variables like container name as my nifi, and then a port, which is default port here, which is 8443, and you can port it to your local machines IP. I mean IP local machines port, and you can set various volumes and environment variables. If you want to change the port to 9443 instead of 8443 of the container, you can set that environment here as nifi underscore web https underscore port to 9443, and then map that 9443 to 9443 of the local machine. So this is how you can spin, but right now I'm going to use the command line or the terminal. So in order to do that, you have to type issue a command docker run. I'm giving a name as my nifi, and then I can bind the port of 8443 of my desktop or local machine to 8443, which is the default port of nifi in the container of the container. I mapped it, and I'm running this in the detached mode, and I'm just mentioning the image that I'm having, which is nifi, or we can mention tag as well. So docker run name, port, and then detached mode, and then the image you're using. As soon as you hit this, you will get a container up and running. If you want to check that, you need to issue a command docker ps-a, which shows that the image is nifi latest, created 11 seconds ago, status up and running, and the binding ports are 8443 to 8443, and name is my nifi. Once you do this, you can go to your desktop app files, and you can click on the containers, and you can see that the container is running. And if you want to access this, you need to type http localhost 8443. So let me type this in my browser. http / localhost 8443. http. Yes. Since it's on 8443 is on HTTPS, nifi is running on HTTPS. So you're going to use HTTPS instead of HTTP. If it is HTTP, then it should be 8080 is the default one. So by that you can understand it. So it lands us in the login page. Now we need credentials. In order to get the credentials, you have to use the Docker logs to see. This is a single user authentication mode. We didn't configure the LDAP or Kerberos authentication yet. This is the default installation, which is single user installation and single user authorization. So we need to find that username and password from the nifi logs, the initial admin password. In order to do that, you can use Docker logs and then my nifi, which is your image name or container name, sorry. So if you see this, it generated in username and the password. You have to copy this username here, and also you can get these credentials from the Docker desktop as well. If I go to my Docker desktop, click on dashboard, click on container, my container, the same logs can be seen here as well in the log section. If you scroll a little bit up, it's the same information here as well. So copy paste this password. It's same. And then you can click on here and then login. You will be logging to the nifi UI. From here, we can build our flow from source to the destination. We will go through all these options. What are the available UI objects that we have and how to use them in the further sessions. But for now, we landed in the nifi UI. We could able to log in with the default single user, initial admin user, and the password generated from it. I'm clicking on logout now. Thank you.